For the Warners, Wayward Lad Novice's chase here, 2.5 miles. Calipers on the left, the favourite Remittance Man on the right. Here's the betting. 9 to 4 on Remittance Man, 2 to Calipers, his second run of offences, and any price Umbrella. The others will have to fall for him to win. Let's join the other two.
Remittance Man going for his 4th win over fences. One of the best jumpers that Nicky Henderson has trained as a comparatively inexperienced jumper. He really fast and agile, and showed the way to Morley Street at Ascot. Well, that doesn't look quite such an achievement now as it did then. Nevertheless, Remittance Man's done absolutely nothing wrong. Nevertheless, in Calipers, he does meet a horse who was near the top class over hurdles, and Calipers has only had one run. He's the grey, of course. Only had one run over fences so far, and ran really well against Cardinal Ralph, who's won again since. That was at Leicester. Calipers jumped well. I'd say the ground might be a bit too soft for him, or on the soft side anyway.
Just a little bit loose. He ideally likes top of the ground, and he's taken on a good horse in Remittance Man. He hasn't been out of the first 3 in 16 runs. He's won 6 races, and he's been particularly well placed. He's very genuine. They're under starters orders now. Be interesting just to see how Calipers goes. Usually likes to make the run in, but Graham, over to you.
But it's not today, John, as they come towards the first of the 17 fences. And on the right it's Umbrella with a noseband. On the left, Remittance Man, stride for stride. Calipers, quite a decent race at Leicester when he was placed to Cardinal Ralph, who won a race very tidily indeed at Toast last time. Remittance Man had the 2 to 1 on shot at the off as they take the first ditch, and Calipers was untidy at it. We normally say in a 3-runner race, back the outsider of 3. Well, I must say you're a very brave person if you back Umbrella, but that's how these systems work. Umbrella's on the right in the orange jacket, Remittance Man with the yellow sleeves as they take the third. And Umbrella is jumping very boldly indeed for Gary Moore. Remittance Man and Richard Dunwoody looking for a treble, and Calipers the grey back in third, and this is the 4th fence. And they begin the turn out of the back straight, and it's Umbrella and Remittance Man. Remittance Man just going on now as they make their way towards the 5th. Remittance Man going for his 4th straight win over fences, the leader, from Umbrella in 2nd and Calipers in 3rd. So they race past the 2-mile start. Calipers on the right, Remittance Man on the left, and Umbrella gets a split between those two, and this is the 5th, and Remittance Man comes to it. Bold attacking jump from Umbrella and Calipers, and they take the 6th, which is a plain fence, and it's Remittance Man who comes to it, and they're over safely from Umbrella, Calipers. So on the left it's Remittance Man, Richard Dunwoody in the yellow sleeve jacket. On the right it's Calipers, and Umbrella is with the noseband in between, and didn't get very high at that fence, but over safe enough, and they come up past the stands, and Remittance Man bowling along in front. Very steady gallop, nothing too severe, but it is quite testing ground. Calipers in 2nd, and Umbrella, the outsider of the 3, just being left behind a bit now, and they've got just under a lap to go. Remittance Man running a bit wide on that turn, doing a little owl in fact as they come, nearly a little owl in fact as they come down towards the 8th, and it's Remittance Man skipping over the water from Calipers and Umbrella, and go down towards the 9th. And John Oaksey, John Frankham, Remittance Man going well.
Exceptionally well. So is Calipers. He's perhaps not quite as neat as a Remittance Man, but he's certainly very quick over the obstacles, and they haven't gone a silly gallop. I think both these jockeys quite enjoying themselves.
Yes, the grey, I suppose, would have well, he was very much more experienced over hurdles, and I would say had better form on balance than Remittance Man. So we'll just see how much difference the combination of the steeplechase fences and the going make to Calipers, but certainly Remittance Man so far has lived up to what we said about his jumping.
And he shares the lead with Calipers, and Umbrella is about 25-30 clear behind them, yet to turn into the back straight as they come down towards the 11th. There is Umbrella, and at it was Remittance Man and Calipers. So they come down towards Remittance Man. The 2's on shot. Calapayas 15-8. Umbrella getting a fence behind at 20-1. This is the second last ditch. And it's another bold jump by Remittance Man, really attacking his fences. And they come down towards the 5th from home. Richard Dunwoody going for a treble on Remittance Man as he comes into it. Of course, successful on Desert Orchid, and he takes this one in his stride. Calapayas, no slouch over hurdles, but on this softer ground, just being pushed along by Brendan Powell to keep his position, and they come to take the 4th from home. And it's Remittance Man. No, he didn't take that one as well as he'd done some of the others, but he's safe enough, and they're a long way clear of Umbrella, who takes the last on the far side, or getting a distance behind. And Remittance Man just starts to assert now, travelling well. Calapayas is close enough, but not going anywhere near as well as Remittance Man as they turn in. And they've got these 3 plain fences to jump for this Warner's Wayward Lad Novices Chase. 2.5 miles was the trip, £12,000 in prize money, and it's Remittance Man 3 out comes to it. A little bit close. Calapayas in second, and they're going to be a fence clear of Umbrella, and they've got 2 to jump, and it's Remittance Man the leader, clear by 6-8. Remittance Man comes to it, takes that one well. Calapayas in second, and now just losing his pitch in second place as Remittance Man puts on even more power. Umbrella comes to take the second last as Remittance Man takes the last, and at the last Remittance Man, oh dear, but is safe, and Calapayas is a tired horse, and Umbrella's back in 3rd place, and it's Remittance Man. The only serious mistake he made was at the last, and 1 or 2 odds layers must have had their hearts in their mouths, but they will collect. He is the winner. Calapayas is second, and Umbrella has just jumped the last, and he'll be coming home to take 3rd place prize money and £1,260 to boot. But the penalty value of £9,420, there's Umbrella coming home, winning up over £1,000 just for taking part, and getting a well-deserved round of applause too. If you're not in the race, you can't win.